is girl time talk. But anyways, um, my girlfriend and I were talking about my relationship, and recently I've been talking to a guy named Jerry, and we've been talking for at least 7 months now, and I just feel very aggravated, upset. I did a lot of research because I'm like a big researcher when it comes down to relationships. I swear I'm more of the investigator of a relationship more than anything. And I tend to overanalyze my relationships. I have an anxious attachment style, call for whatever it is. But anyways, Jerry and I yesterday, I got the last week, him and I felt like I he was just saying some things that I felt very upset about. And there's a couple of different things that I really wanted to touch on. I kind of, wanted to see more of, I always thought good about him, but after what he said, I was like, nah, not so much. Anyways, he told me that when I asked him whether or not he could help me, with like my school assignments, like helping me apply for my school assignment, for me to enroll, he told me that he didn't know. I told my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, Chantrice, I told her about the story of him acting like this, and I just felt very disheartened in a way. I felt like, when he said that to me, and then after him, like, not saying anything, and then, like, to me calling him and asking him hello, and him not saying anything, gave me the information that signaled to me that he's not really invested into this relationship. Now, I think women are more fed up with men nowadays. I don't think I could ever hire me a love coach and for me to say that I'll pay $1,000 to invest into somebody who can give, a rat's ass about what they care about and the things that they do. Men nowadays just don't know how to, they know how to take, but they don't know how to receive the information that women are giving to them. I think that that's one of the biggest problems in relationships right now. And honestly, I don't think that I need to change in any kind of shape or form the way that he has treated me and the way he has talked to me. I should not have to chase anybody down. And that's what I felt about Jerry, was like I was chasing him down, telling him things about our relationship. And I wasn't feeling like he was really getting what I needed. I communicated to him about our relationship, how serious I was about meeting the right one to marry, to have a life fulfilled. And I need a husband who's going to be able to support me, be um, extroverted. I hated the fact that, when I express my feelings to him, I always feel like I have to give more to him than what I'm normally used to, because I know he's an introverted person. But I just felt like he really was not investing into the relationship the way I needed him to invest in. So, for all you women out there who are going through the same type of situation where you feel like you're done with the obnoxious things and you're ready to have a consistent relationship that is built on trust, love, and affection. Those things are very important to me. And when your partner isn't fulfilling your needs, He has to be able to meet you where you're at. He has to accept you for who you are. And no doubt, there's a lot of women who are going through this same situation where they're just not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. And I can tell you a number of things. And, giving advice about the things that make you feel like you're wanted or you're needed. Yeah, I do miss him, but I'm not going to reach out to him and try to chase him, and I'm definitely not going to beg him for any reason at all, because that would just look so desperate. And not to mention, if a man truly cares about how you're doing, he's going to put that time and effort and consistency, not just consistency, but overall comfort, that which he was not doing. I felt as though I was just going through things that emotionally, he did try to emotionally help me with. We've been talking for almost 7 months now, and I just feel like when I was dealing with the things that I was dealing with, and I was confining him in those things, it's important to recognize, because women, we want to feel love. We want to feel, you know, we want to be able to feel admired. And when we're not getting our needs met, that signals us that we're not really wanting that relationship. And so my biggest thing is I need somebody who's going to be able to spend time with me, be able to understand how I'm feeling, and to not take me for granted. And also, I'm looking for more of an easygoing kind of guy, which I don't think he really was, and outgoing, outspoken, or an easygoing type of person. He's very critical. I didn't like that whole idea. There's a lot of things that I question about in relationships. So I really was just, I don't even know what the word is. When I talked to my friend Chancery, I told her that I really wanted to find somebody who's going to be able not only to take care of me and my son, but somebody who's going to be able to, show empathy during the times that I need him the most. And he wasn't giving me that. I don't think he really was, because if he was, then I don't think I would have doubts or fears or overanalyze things. And that's what I was doing. And I knew I wasn't content with what he was saying to me, but I think the feeling of what women are really going through now, and then we're having to do it all, it's very, very tough for me to even think about. But because I've already had to do a lot for my family, I've had to do a lot for my son, being a single parent, not just overall being a single parent, but when you find somebody, you click, and you know that they love you and they admire who you are, and they accept who you, no matter what you're going through, and they're going to willing to work it all. And truly, I do believe in marital counseling. I truly believe in that. I don't care what anybody has to say. When you are married to somebody, you really have to think about that. And that's like been one of my biggest things on my mind, is like, when I get married, I want that premarital counseling, because I don't want to have to, deal with the second guessing, and have that cold feet, and wondering, oh, is he going to really show up when he needs to show up? Because actions speak louder than words. And I'm telling you, actions really do speak louder than words, people. So yeah, I think those were the main things that really were brought to my attention after I'd spoken with him. And I was just I don't even know how to express it. I was just very frustrated. I was very frustrated, aggravated, and, I know that that's not, he should be adding value to my life. And if he's not adding value to my life, then I really don't need that. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video content. Like I said, I will be making more YouTube content, and I know that a lot of women are going through this tough time of just soul searching, trying to figure out what's really, what they want and what they desire and the things that they need. And I think women, we know it because we have that intuition. It's just more as to what are we really going to do to get past all this, excess baggage, as they call it, and just really hoping and praying for the right one, because God will, I know God ultimately will find me a better partner than I ever would ever imagine, because I know he's more than done a lot of things in my life. And so, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Blessings to everybody. I hope everybody has a great week. I know the weekend's coming around, and it's going to come around sooner than you know. So, you guys have a relaxing weekend over the weekend, because I know I'm going to try to, because I had so much I already had to do with work and school, and I had so many things going on, especially with my son and dealing with everything else. It was just too much for me this week. But anyways, you guys have a great one, and continue. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and always feel free to comment me down below if you guys have any questions. Until then, take care now.